What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with some breaking Browns free agency news for you guys as Andrew Berry's busy offseason continues as he adds another very solid piece to the Browns roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball. As according to Jordan Schultz on Twitter, and I quote, free agent running back D'Onta Foreman is signing with the Browns, sources tell at Bleacher Report. Even after we signed Naheem Hines, I was thinking, yeah, they're still going to get a running back, whether it's free agency or the draft. Because you look at our running back room prior to this signing, I mean, you have Nick Chubb, who's coming off that gruesome ACL slash MCL tear week 2 against the Steelers. Then you got Naheem Hines, who's also coming off an injury, suffered in a jet ski accident, but I hear he's doing really well. Then you have Jerome Ford, who, to be honest, didn't really show me much last year. Then, other than those guys, you have what, Pierre Strong and John Kelly. So yeah, they were going to add another running back, whether it was free agency or the draft. And honestly, I could still see them adding a running back in the draft, especially because we don't know when Nick Chubb's going to be ready. But when it comes to Deontay's status, I say he's running back too, even when Nick Chubb comes back. I think our top two backs will be Nick Chubb and D'Onta Foreman. So, Jerome Ford, you better go out there and have the camp of your life, my guy. Because I'll tell you what, if they go out and draft a running back, your days as a Cleveland Brown might be numbered. For real. I mean, maybe he could make it on the practice squad, but man, if we see again what we saw last year, not looking good, especially with a new running back coach. I want to see what he does with Deuce Staley holding it down as the running back coach. Maybe he does different, right? We'll see though. Now, looking at Foreman's background, of course, he is kind of on the older side a little bit. You know, he's turning 28 next month, and he's played pretty much most of his ball in Texas. High school ball in Texas. College ball at Texas. Drafted by the Texans in the third round, 89th overall of the 2017 NFL Draft. And of course, he played with Deshaun Watson in Houston. And yeah, he didn't really do much in Houston. That's what I noticed. You look at his stats, and yeah, like I said, didn't do much in Houston. 2017, though, 10 games, 1 start. He actually was solid. Had 2 touchdowns, 327 yards. Looks solid, you know. And then 2018 only played in 1 game, had -1 yard. Ouch. But then he had a good bounce back 2020 season, played in 6 games, 95 yards, didn't get in the end zone. And since then, he's been very solid. 2021 with Tennessee, 9 games, 3 starts, right? 566 yards, 3 touchdowns. But man, his breakout season 2022 with Carolina, I don't know if Deuce Staley was there yet or not. Pretty sure he was, but I don't know. Someone will correct me in the chat or in the comments. But yeah, 17 games, 9 starts, 914 yards, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, that's what you love to see. And then he goes to Chicago this past season, 9 games, 8 starts, 425 yards, 4 touchdowns. Too bad. You know, not bad at all. Now he's going to be coming to Cleveland, where he will most likely share reps with Jerome Ford until Nick Chubb comes back, and then we'll see what happens there. But yeah, overall, very, very good signing for the Browns. And overall, I love what Andrew Berry has done this offseason. In fact, I'm pretty sure the longest deal given out has been 2 years, and that's been the multiple players. He has not really had that boom signing that we've wanted, but man, he's been very economical. It's like Jimmy Haslam told him to kind of chill out with the spending. I mean, he's signing a lot of players, but very affordable contracts. He's not really going crazy with the money this year. I like that, Andrew. Being somewhat economical this year. But yet you're still signing some good players. And what I've noticed is it seems like he's set a price And he hasn't really gone over that when it comes to negotiating with a player, right? He's not going to overpay you for players unless he really, really wants you. But then, yeah. So, I was actually scrolling through the timeline looking for stuff regarding Mr. Foreman, and I found this tweet from Jeremy Fowler. And I quote, D'Onta Foreman has shown he can handle a big workload, which is awesome, especially in our situation. Produced 80 or more yards in every game with at least 16 carries since 2022, 8 games total. Love to hear that. Love to see that too. Now, like I said, a running back room, kind of busy right now. You have Chubb, Ford, Hines, Foreman, Strong, and Kelly. And I would not be shocked if they drafted a running back. And I think that's what they're going to go into the offseason programs with. Yeah. Pretty solid running back room overall. But man, until Chubb comes back, it'll be all right. I mean, it's not going to be the worst running back room in the league, but it'll be all right. Especially with the system that we run. So, overall, solid room, good depth, which is always nice. And can't wait until Chubb comes back, of course. Now, before I wrap up this video, I got some draft stuff to talk about. How about that, huh? As the whole pre-draft visit thing has begun, players are starting to go on private visits to team facilities, meeting with teams and everything. And this is when we really find out who teams are interested in. As according to Zach Jackson, who covers the Browns for The Athletic, and I quote, Ohio State defensive tackle and native Clevelander Michael Hall Jr., who I absolutely loved at Ohio State, the dude was an absolute dog, will visit the Browns early next month. Hall also has pre-draft visits set with the Vikings, Texans, Packers, and Chiefs. God, if this dude ends up being a Chief, oh God, learning from Chris Jones, wow. No, I actually did find this list of all the players that the Browns have met with during the offseason shenanigans. And as you can see, as of, I guess, this post, I don't think it's been updated yet, obviously, because Michael Hall's not on there yet. But the Browns have met with 2 players privately. Kyron Amagadije, can't believe I just said his name right off the bat. I think I said his last name right. If I butchered his last name, I apologize. Oh, man. Offensive tackle, Yale. Javion Cohen, offensive guard from Miami, from the U. Audric Estime. So that actually did happen. All right. Running back from Notre Dame, met with him at the Combine. Same thing with Cohen. Braden Fisk, heard about that one at the Combine. Troy Franklin, wide receiver out of Oregon, one of the guys that I would love to have. Adisa Isaac, talked about him previously at the Combine. Bo Nix. I know people are going to see that and go, huh? No way, they're going to try to... No, they're not going to draft a quarterback. They probably just asked Bo Nix about Troy Franklin. They do that. They'll bring in a receiver's quarterback to ask that dude about the receiver that they're looking at. I think they did that with CeeDee Lamb. They brought in Jalen Hurts, and they essentially just got to know Hurts and CeeDee Lamb. Like they said, so what do you know about CeeDee Lamb, Mr. Hurts? Well, in this case, it's, so Bo, what do you know about Troy Franklin? What kind of guy is he? How is he in the locker room, right? Is he a dog? Right? I like how they do that. And then Patrick Paul, offensive tackle from Houston. And then Xavier Worthy, wide receiver from Texas. Talked about him a little bit too. In terms of my draft crush, I think Xavier Worthy is high on the list. But yeah, it's going to be a busy offseason between free agent signings and, of course, now pre-draft visits. I'll try to keep you guys up to date with the pre-draft visits and stuff when I hear about them. But as far as any more signings, I think we could still maybe sign defensive tackle. I don't even know if I think we're done with the defensive line. I could see us signing a linebacker, maybe another receiver, and possibly another offensive lineman. That's really it. Maybe we address the secondary. Maybe we sign a cheap corner or something for depth, but I don't see us doing too much more. So, yeah, that's all I got for this video. As always, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. I will not be live for Cavs and Heat tonight because the game is on cable, and I don't have the station. It's weird because I live close enough to Cleveland to be in the viewing area and to be affected by the blackout thing, but then I live far enough away to where I don't get the local stations. Boomer. Oh well, I needed a break anyway. So I will see you all whenever. Until my next video or live stream, I'm Crazy Dog Sports coming at you as always. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out. Yeah. Welcome to Cleveland, D'Onta. By the way, it's D'Onta, not Dante. I'm waiting for someone to call him D'Onta Foreman. It's D'Onta. D'Onta. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Yeah.